Hey, y'all. This is your girl, Erica, from the Dope Discussions with Erica podcast. Before we get into today's show, I just want to ask you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can meet us back here every Sunday at 6:30 Central Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for all of our dope discussions. You don't want to miss them, do you? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can meet us here and maybe even beat us here.
Dope Discussions Podcast. Dope discussions, Gator, Erica, woke discussions. Mob ties, how they rock and think they both was cousins. Gifting you with their words so you might know you something. Just go and look for them live, they do it every Sunday. Every Sunday.
And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope. It's Gator Beater, baby. Make state to state, baby, coast to coast. Like the vibe, baby, spark the jokes. And we gon' bring you that dope. Come talk with Erica, man, talk with G. And all you gotta do is talk with me. And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' give you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope.
Hey, what's that you got on your shoulder there, brother?
Who, me? Oh, pardon me. Oh, I am just minding my own little who dat business around here. Nothing going on right now. Just observing the scenery.
Petty on 100.
I gotta put the pinky.
Don't hate, Tashura, don't hate.
To quote the great Socrates, who that talking about beating them saints?
Anybody? Oh. Yes, welcome back to another Dope Discussion Sunday with your girl Erica and your boy.
It's Gator Beater, baby. And yes, Tashura, here they go. Yes, here they go. They go. They do.
Yes,
so
welcome home.
Welcome to the virtual congregation, everybody.
Yes. Come on in and sit down, get your, whatever it is you drink, your water, your tea, your coffee, your wine, or champagne, if you're celebrating something today.
Right. If you got
it's champagne. Yeah. The young folks don't know nothing about sham
No, they don't
pepper.
know about that sham pimple. I'm telling you, it'll get you right. It'll
Yeah.
get you right. Hey, if y'all got some tequila or any of those spirits, you can definitely invite me over, or send some my way. I'll be greatly
Exactly.
appreciated.
Look at Derek already talking about breaking out the friend zone just to prove a point. I'm glad Billy is no longer here with us.
Wow.
Thank you, Ursula. Yes, let's get up those likes. Hit that like button.
Yes. Yes, everybody. Make sure that if you're watching this, like it, because what else you got to do? You got the thumb sitting right there. Just take your finger and push the little button. That's all you got to do. And make sure that you subscribe if you're not subscribed. And share this out with your cousins, share this out with your auntie, share this out with your mom and them, share this out with your daddy, stepsisters and them, all them people.
Yes, yes. Just like there's a YouTuber, and he always says at the beginning of his show, stop shacking up with us and go ahead and subscribe.
Right. We like commitment. We
We like
we
commitment.
we we believe in healthy relationships around here. We want this to be a healthy interaction, a little bit of give and a little bit of take.
Yeah.
So make sure
Yes.
that you give on your side so we can continue to give on ours. Reciprocation is the reciprocity that's
The
going on right here.
reciprocity, baby.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you love us and you come back every Sunday and watch us and you want to support the podcast, you can hit up our
Yeah.
Cash App and you can pay for lunch for me and Gator. We
Yeah.
still have the laptop fund going on for Gator.
Yeah, for real. I still got look. I believe it in God that he gonna bless me
We're gonna
with the
pass around the
laptop.
collection plate.
Right, right.
And yes, and connect with us on all of our social media platforms.
Hmm.
We are on Instagram at dope discussions _ pod. We are on TikTok at dope discussions. And you can also email us at 3650gsuite@gmail.com if you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you have any ideas about future topics for the show. You can reach out to us by email. Connect with us. Connect with us.
Right, right, right. Hey, look, we appreciate everything that y'all do just tuning in. So hey, if y'all got something y'all want us to banter about, hey, just send it our way. We'll make sure to go ahead and cover it for you.
Yes, we
Hey,
are
I want to hear
excited.
my opinion.
Yes, to sure she passing around the offering plate with her white gloves on.
Right.
Yeah, she the Ursha. She on the Ursha board.
Right, she on the Usher board. She a senior Usher.
Yes, so we are ready to get into tonight's topic. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this for a while because I heard another conversation about this topic, and it was something that I all kind of always felt, but it gave me a different perspective to look at this particular topic. So I want us to chop it up and kind of answer questions, ask each other questions to dig a little deeper into this thing called the friend zone.
Right, right, right. Because there ain't nothing worse, as all the men can attest. Ain't nothing worse than getting put in the friend zone,
But
fellas.
is it that bad? Is it really that bad though?
You know what? It really depends on the person that puts you in the friend zone.
So we want to talk about that too. We want to talk about our own personal experience of actually being put in the friend zone or putting someone else in the friend zone. And did you regret? Have you ever put somebody in the friend zone that you later regretted and wish you could have taken them out of the friend zone?
Yes.
Ha ha. Ha
That I
ha.
have done. That I have done in my past. I've been on the recipient end and I've been the giver of that type of scenario. So yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I will say the friend zone is an interesting place. And they don't have maps for it. So you have to kind of feel your way around when you get there.
It's a really awkward thing. So describe to me a situation where you put someone in the friend zone and then later you felt like maybe I shouldn't have done that.
So I think a lot of guys end up doing that like coming out of like high school and coming out of college. You know, where you meet this girl and she might not be where she gon' be, you know, but you kind of
Mhm.
like, oh well, you know, I'm going after this one. She bad, she a bad one. So you put
Mhm.
this one right here in the friend zone. But
Mhm.
then when she get in college, you start being like, dang, them curves to start popping, all
Mm.
that kind of stuff. To start, look, she done started. She done dressed with a little bit of swag. What's
Mhm.
going on? Say, girl, you remember how you used to want to holler at me? No, dang man, and I've had that happen to me before. Don't get me wrong. You know, so I think that's what happens most of the time when guys experience it. Um, you know, I've had I've had a couple of scenarios where someone may have been interested in me, and at the time, I just wasn't into what they were into, and later on, it's like, hey, as I grew and I
Mhm.
started wanting a different type of woman,
Mhm.
tried to approach them, and they have moved on, and
Mhm.
they want a different type of man than what I was back then. So either way, no cookie for me.
Mhm. So, have you ever put someone or been put in the friend zone and y'all continued to actually build a real friendship, or was it more of I'm just sticking around in the friend zone to try to get my chance once she feels a little differently about me, or
so
once she go
so
through a couple of dudes and then she gonna see I'm the real one?
both of them. So I've had scenarios where I put somebody in the friend zone, and I knew that they were a good person, and they knew that they was good, but because they had an interest in me, I was like, okay, well, they'll still be kind of hanging around later. So when I get my act righted, I can
Hmm.
come on back and revisit this scenario, revisit this situation.
Hmm.
I've had that happen a few times. One time specifically, again in college, where a young lady was really feeling me, and I was just like, I mean, you cool, but
Hmm.
you're not as bad as I be chasing after.
Oh.
So then it got to the point where I was like, well, you know what? She's solid. Let me try to holler at her now. But by that time, she had degraded into whatever it was that I was trying to chase after before. And
Hmm.
then it was like, dang, wait a minute. You was what I want now, but now you are what I wanted back then.
That's weird.
So now I'm confused. I guess I gotta
Tashura
let it
said,
go.
Tashura said, if I put you in the friend zone, you will not get out. And if you put me in, don't try to take me out. I
Mm.
ain't coming.
Look, I agree. I agree. I I've put people in the friend zone. I've also been in the friend zone before. I've had people
Mhm.
put me in that friend zone, and I've sat there and kind of baited my time just in case she hits that break glass if needy,
Mhm.
thing, and I could just jump right in. I've
Yeah.
been that guy too, where it's just like, okay, I'm just patiently waiting. I'm just waiting on you to accept me and just jump on it when I get the chance. I've been there before too. And neither one of those scenarios feels good. I'm not even gonna lie.
So this is something interesting that I thought about because I've had situations where a guy was interested in me. I wasn't interested in him in that way, but I did like our friendship.
Mm,
So I'm thinking he's cool with it because he's still being my friend. So I'm trusting him that we're really being friends. We're building a friendship, and that's all I see it as. But as time goes on, they get more comfortable and they start trying to cross that friendship line. And so it
mm,
gives me this thought that when you put a man in the friend zone and continue to be his friend, is he really a friend, or is he waiting around for his chance to try you? And
mm,
so in that way, I don't too much trust it because I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking it's just a real friendship. You're thinking I'm biding my time until she changes her mind. And then when you cross that line, then I'm like, so all this time you've been lying. You've been pretending that we was really friends. You just been trying to push up on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
don't
you
want to be your friend no more.
right. Because those are scenarios that we say the right things, and we make sure that we're there for that person, and we try to make sure that we're building that trust and that friendship, just so we can prey on that later when they get weak. I ain't proud of it, but I know that's something that I used
Mhm.
to do, or I've done before. It wasn't like a regular thing, but I know that's something that I've done before. And I know many men that have done that, have been that, oh, he's such a great guy, he's such a great friend. And women, will fall for it and trust, this
Mhm.
person because, oh, he ain't never made a move on me. He ain't never did any of those types of things. But, underneath that bush is that snake, and he just sitting there waiting on the right time to go ahead and strike. Usually it's, after a breakup or when you're at your weakest part. I told you he wasn't no good. Matter of fact, a bunch of 90s R&B songs was built around that. Now that I think about it, Solo and Profile, all these folks, I
and
guess.
I hear guys who complain about, I'm a good man, but she looked over me and she went to another kind of dude, and put me in the friend zone. And my thing is, you don't have to be in the friend zone if you don't want to be. I mean, you don't have to be her friend at all. If you find, if you are interested in somebody and
Hmm.
it's not reciprocated, you could say, okay, cool, we don't want the same thing, we're not interested in each other in that way, and cut it off. But why do you have to stay in the friend zone? I mean, that's why my question is the friend zone a real thing? Because
Mm.
can't nobody put you in the friend zone unless you keep yourself in there. It's
Right. And
like,
if you,
if
oh,
you
go ahead.
tell me you're not interested in me and I know that I can't be around you without thinking about you in that way, then I'm not going to be your friend either.
Right. And I think that that's a good point, is that if you have the option to leave, leave in that
Mhm.
scenario. If you feel like you only want one thing from this person, that's a relationship, or you want it to be more than just a friendship thing, then why hang around unless you have some ulterior motive? Why would you hang around and subject yourself to the humility of being on the sideline where some other guy is out there starting?
Mhm.
you know, I mean, I've like I said, I've been on both sides of that, and I will say it's not a good feeling. But I can only fault myself because I decided that I wanted to stick around and
Right.
see if something was. Now, of course, there was ulterior motive. I wanted to stick around and see if maybe she'll realize, she'll wake up like they used to say on those R&B songs. She'll wake up and realize one day that I'm the man she should have been with the whole time. But
Right.
those fairy tales never come true.
And that's got to be some kind of masochistic mindset where
It
you
is.
put yourself through torture. This person is actually really thinking y'all are friends. And so they don't mind talking to you about their relationship. They don't mind talking to you about the people that they're dating. But in your mind, it's killing you
Mm-hmm.
because you want to be that person. But you
Right.
sticking around pretending like y'all friends and it's cool, but you torturing yourself.
Exactly. And why torture yourself? Why put yourself through that emotional humility to sit there and listen to this? And like I said, I've done it. I've been that listening ear on the other side of the phone or on the other side of the couch while she spills out her guts about this guy and he ain't no good and he did this and he did that. And I'm just sitting there like, you know what? If it was me, that wouldn't happen. And she's like, yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, I didn't. It never works, fellas. Now, I never say never, Every once in a while, you might catch someone in a weak spot, but usually in a scenario like that, they don't want you anyway. They're looking for some comfort, and you just happen to be there. Once they're comforted, then they'll just go ahead and go about their business, and you still back in the friend zone. So it don't
Yes.
benefit you none anyway.
Yes. I saw this show called Family or Fiance. And this couple was on there. The guy had a problem with his fiance's male friend. They were college friends. He liked her in college, but she didn't like him that in the same way. And
Right.
so they just became friends. But the whole time, this dude has been in love with her, but she's been thinking that they are just really friends. And her fiance been telling her the whole time, this dude wants you. I don't understand why you don't see it. And he would the friend would always try to cause little confusion between them, and she still would not believe that he was trying to cause confusion in her relationship. She would take up for her friend
Right.
against her fiance.
Right. And see, that's when it gets real toxic. That's when it gets real bad because I've been that guy. So I know. I've been the guy who put in those little bitty, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's a good guy and everything, but I think I would have handled that differently.
Right.
Or, and putting those little nuggets, and you may not even know. You don't even realize. And that's the danger of dealing with, with someone who still has interest in you, whether it be a male friend who you put in the friend zone, or even an ex or something like that. You never know, because they're always going to be dropping nuggets against whatever you got going on.
Exactly.
If they're still interested in being with you.
And then he went so far as to, he lied and he said that in college they kissed. So she had already told her fiance, we've never kissed, we've never done anything like that. He said that they kissed. And so then the fiance got pissed off. Later found out he made that up, and he said, I was just trying to get back at him because he always coming at me, and so I was trying to get back at him. And the girl was like, so you would lie on me and use our friendship to throw jabs at my fiance? And that's when she finally woke up and she was like, you're not my real friend.
Right. That's, man, look, we would have fought, number one. We would have fought. Y'all kissed her. Okay, give me 2 minutes with your friend. Just two.
That's my thing. You lie on me, all bets are off, dude.
Oh yeah, that's the worst thing you can do, is lie on me. Once you lie on me, that's it. That's lights out. That's lights out. But yeah, I mean, when you have a situation like that where, and sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, right? Sometimes someone who is new to a perspective, I don't care how long you've been in that situation that you were in, somebody could come in and notice stuff. Notice how, wait a minute, that boy like you.
Yeah, and you blind
that woman
to it.
Trying to get with you. You know what I'm saying? You blind to it. Oh, this just how it is, and we good with it. Everything's fine. But sometimes it does take a fresh set of eyes to come in. So don't just knock what people say just coming into a situation, because sometimes they can look at it and see the foulness, but you can't always see the foulness because you've been in it so long, you haven't realized what's going on.
Yeah, and she had her own toxic reasons for keeping the friendship, because she said no man in her life has ever stuck around or been consistent, and he was the only man in her life that's ever been consistently there for her. So she kept him around as a security blanket just in case it doesn't work out with her fiance. So really, on both ends of the situation,
y'all.
Both of them was toxic.
I'm fighting both y'all, because she gonna hold on to. But you know what? That's something we didn't talk about. there are some times, where men and women, and I've seen it a lot from women, where they may find a good guy and they will just kind of, because there's
String him
not a whole
along.
lot of them out there, and just string him along every once in a while. Okay, well, we can go out to eat, or
Yep.
every once in a while, and just string him along and string him along, just in case the
Yep.
dude that she really want to get with
Don't act right.
don't act right. I've been on the receiving end of that before too, and I think I told a story about that one time where it got to a point where I'm thinking that me and this woman are in a relationship, but she made sure to clarify that we are not in a relationship. That she doesn't have a boyfriend, but hey, I'm a male. She just enjoys the male company for right now, but she really loves the fact that we're friends. So that was again one of those, break glass in case I need some male company type scenarios. And
Yeah.
I think men have a tendency to drop that act a little bit faster. There are some toxic women out there who will do that, unfortunately. And those are the same ones that come in and ruin a good relationship.
Yeah.
They don't want you to see what you get with any other person. And this is man or woman. Don't want to see you get with anybody that might make you happy, because then they've lost their backup plan.
Right. Like, how dare you move on and get into a relationship when I told you to wait for me till I'm ready?
Right, exactly. Like Ursa said, women will keep you on the bench until it's game. Look, I literally told a woman one time, just put me in the game. just put me in the game. Look at this fool. He keeps fumbling. Put me in the game.
And isn't that like I don't know, I couldn't feel good about being somebody's second choice. Like, you tried it with her, it didn't work. You tried it with her, it didn't work. But you want me to be here just in case. And then when you finally do put me in the game, I'm like, do I really want to be in this funky game?
Right. I mean, because I literally am one of those people who is like, if you have to choose between me and this other person, then you ain't got no choice. I'm stepping away. You go ahead and be with that other person. But there are some people who embrace that type of scenario and who will string someone else along, just to, like you said, have a backup plan just in case things go awry. And
I've never been comfortable with that situation where once I know a guy likes me more than I like him and I don't see anything with it, I don't feel comfortable continuing to try to have a friendship with him, because I know in the back of his mind he's always going to be thinking it might happen one day. And you always got to be on guard and make sure that you never do or say anything to give them the wrong idea.
Right. And putting somebody in the friend zone, that's a balancing act. Because you're literally trying to give them just enough incentive to stay around,
but not too much.
Not too much. You literally kind of giving them a stiff arm. Like, they coming and you giving them that stiff arm, just trying to keep them from getting in too close.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. That is when it gets to a point where you're hurting people and not even realizing that you're hurting someone by putting them in a position where they think they have an opportunity with you. The way I am, I don't like to be strung along. Right. So if you feel that what we've got going on ain't gonna work, or whatever, let it go. Because I'm one of those people who I'm gonna give 100% regardless, right? So I'm gonna continue to give 100%. And if you see me and you be like, I just want to be a friend with him, you better tell me, because I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm going for the gusto.
Right.
He who finding a wife, finding a good thing. I'm running.
And what are the rules to the friend zone? Like, can you flirt with each other, or is that off
Yeah,
limits?
yeah, you can flirt.
I would not want to do that.
See,
That's playing with fire.
See, it is. It is definitely playing with fire. But I think a lot of times when we put people in the friend zone, in a way, it's to specifically kind of stroke our own ego, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that we have someone who does care, who is interested. And if we just say, no, I don't want to be with you, you just go da da da, then we don't get that attention,
Right.
right? We don't get that ego stroke. So what do? We just give them just enough to where they'll continue to stroke the ego, and at the same time, they know that, hey, I can still go pursue other people.
Right.
So it's almost like a finesse move, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You're
It's like,
finessing them,
I like the fact that you like me, but I
right?
want you to know that I like other people. Now, if you want to give me attention, I'ma take it, but I'ma still do what I want to do too. And
Exactly.
I don't need you saying nothing about it, because I done already told you what it is.
Right, exactly. That's what it is. And let's be honest, they got people in whole relationships out here who in the friend zone and don't even realize it. Got people who thinking that they dating somebody and they all in with somebody, not even realizing they in the friend zone.
It, especially when, if you're in a situation where it's mostly all time one-sided,
One sided, right? Yep.
that people want, that person likes your benefits.
Right. Right.
They don't want you, they like the benefits that you afford them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They like what you could give them. Sometimes it's sex. Sometimes it really is companionship. Sometimes, I know a young lady who um she legit just goes out with a bunch of people because she likes the attention that
Hmm.
she gets from men. And it's almost like it strokes her ego. But she
Hmm.
doesn't want to really seriously date any of the people that she allows to take her out.
Hmm.
She just feels like they're there for a purpose. They're there for entertainment in a way. They're there for that ego stroke. And those are the worst ones because you're using somebody. You're using what somebody is giving you, and they're not going to get what they want in return. And you
Exactly.
know that up front, but you continue to allow them to give it. That's
Right.
toxic. Let me know straight up. Oh, I don't want to like use a friend. Okay, cool. I can go ahead and move by my way. Don't continue
Exactly.
to string me along and string me along, and then you know what? You're cool and all. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
What's up,
Not after I
Quincy?
done bought the dinner, then bought the flowers, then bought all this stuff. Now I'm in the friend zone. What?
Yeah, I can't do it. To me, I think the friend zone is like purgatory.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
like you don't really know what you are. You
Right.
just, you in limbo.
Right.
And it's, the thing is to me it's really not a real thing, because you don't have to be there. You don't
Exactly.
have to stay connected to everybody that you formed a connection with. And if y'all decide that it's one-sided, one person wants something that the other person doesn't want, you don't have to continue to be their friend. And I think a lot of people do it so as not to look like they're hurt. It's not to look like,
Yeah.
it really bothered them. It's like, oh, it's cool, it's cool. I know, I understand. We can still be friends, but in your mind, you really hurting.
Yeah. A
But
lot of men do
instead of
that.
you just saying, well, if we can't, continue, if we can't build a relationship, then I would rather us not communicate at all. You don't want to do that because it looks like you're hurt.
Right. A lot of men do that, and that's to protect their own ego. Like
Exactly.
if they approach a woman, and some men have different ways of approaching a woman, but if they approach a woman and they're interested in her, their advances aren't quite met with reciprocity, then it's like, okay, then oh, she's just a cool person. She just cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna chill with her, blah, blah, blah. Knowing if they had the opportunity, if that
Mm-hmm.
person let that guard down for 2 seconds, they would be jumping over the fence.
And
They
a
wouldn't
lot
even
of
have to let the
dudes,
fence go all the way down.
a lot of dudes actually volunteer themselves for the friend zone and then get an attitude because they'll try to holler at you and you'll be like, no, I'm not interested. Well, can we just be friends then? No, we cannot be friends, sir, because I already know what that means. That means you think that I'm going to think you a friend, but I know what you're really trying to do.
Right, exactly. You know what? And it goes back to the point that you were making earlier, and I think Ursula gets it up. If I friend zone you, we could be cool, but no dates. Don't touch me, please. Don't flirt. Don't create fake sexual chemistry, etc. The
Sure.
person that is in the friend zone isn't the one that's doing that. The person that put that person in the friend zone is the one that does that. That person does that. And then to be honest, you don't have to have a friend zone. There should not be one. It should be a clear cut, either we friends or you go out about your business. That friend zone is this imaginary land where I can get all the benefits of having you as someone who's interested in me, but I don't have to worry about the dating part. It's almost like taking the Diet Coke instead of the Coke.
Right.
I get all that stuff with no sugar.
And you get to, for me, I've always been kind of black and white with it. Either we are or we not. I don't want no gray areas because I don't like being put in uncomfortable conversations and positions where we laughing, we talking, we having a good time, and then you throw something flirty in there or you throw something sexual in the conversation, and then I'm like, who you talking to? We don't talk to each other like that.
But it is 12 o'clock at night, and I am over at your house.
Well, it'll never be that. It'll never be that.
Right. And that's a big thing, too, is that some people will put themselves in a position to where it could easily be interpreted
misconstrued.
Exactly. Like, okay, we just friends. But
right.
You at my house at 12:30 at night. We sitting here chilling together by ourselves, and we flirtatious and all that kind of stuff. But nothing else happening from here, partner. You can go ahead and go home.
Right.
Huh?
That's a person with no type of boundaries. No type of boundaries, and then they wonder why they get into jacked up situations. Like, if that's your friend, that's your guy friend, he should not be at your house at 2 a.m. You should not be at his house at 2 a.m. Y'all chilling like that. That makes people think, I know y'all grown and everything, but if you want to keep it that way, then keep up some boundaries with it.
Yeah, it's fine to do that because we grown, as long as you know that person does not have an interest in you. If you know that this person has an interest in you, that's different. If y'all just sitting there and, I one of my best friends is woman Sharon. We've been friends since we was like in elementary school, right? So if I was over there at Sharon's house, she was at my house spending the night, that'd be fine. Because we ain't got no interest in each other whatsoever. Right. We like brother and sister. But if you have somebody at your place and you're giving out those signals that it's okay when you know somebody's interested in you and you at my house 2 a.m. in the morning, what they say, demon time?
Right. Ursula said, Derek said he broke out of the friend zone. It doesn't work like that, sir. Houdini.
Hey, but you know what though? Hey, sometimes you can. Remember what I said earlier? That whole break glass in case I need that relationship or whatever. Some guys are just patient enough to be able to sit there. Like I said, they look those R&B songs had to be talking about somebody. Somebody hung around.
I need Derek to put in the comments the exact method that he used to break out of the friend zone.
I mean, look, all you got to do is watch a Tyler Perry movie. A lot of those Tyler Perry movies have that exact plot.
What did you do, Derek? Did you buy flowers? Did you buy her favorite candy? Uh, did you? I'm want to know what you did to break out of it.
Oh, I know. Look, I did this thing one time, and I'm not proud of it. Let me
Uh-oh.
again preface: I ain't proud of this, right? So this girl, Shantae, I'm sorry, mention the name. I'm gonna just
Uh-oh.
say, but anyway. So she'll laugh about it. But that her boyfriend knew that we was cool.
Uh-huh.
So he kept asking me when her birthday was, right? And I was like, because he was trying to get, I was like, well, it's on the 23rd or I think it said 23rd of August, or whatever. Knowing her birthday was like in July.
Yeah.
So when it was time for her birthday, he didn't even know. She I mean, I ain't got no gift. I ain't got no nothing. But I sent her like a dozen flowers to her job and had the candy, had her this nice little, anklet gift that she wanted and all that kind of
You
stuff.
dirty dog.
And she was like, he ain't even give me nothing. I mean, that's messed up that he didn't even know your birthday, man. Like, we went out on the date and everything that night. And I mean, that time I won, but it was only temporary because once he told her that he thought her birthday was a different day, and then they got back together, whatever, and I got put back in the friend zone. So,
oh wow. Yeah. There's just some of these chicks just they don't know how to receive, good treatment. Like they would rather chase it than have it freely given to them.
Yeah.
Because they feel like if they chase it, it's more valuable. That's that toxic mentality.
Yeah, and I see a lot of women that I ain't gonna say they did it with me, but me and some of my friends, where they would want to be with us, and we liked the fact that they kept chasing, and they was like a competition to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in the friend zone, but man, I could do better than these girls can, blah, 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 blah. And they're constantly trying to break out of the friend zone. It made them feel like they were, worth more
Accomplishing
to
something.
us. And they were accomplishing something by hanging out as just a friend and being that shoulder to lean on and all that kind of stuff. And,
the ride or die.
Money? Right, little ride or die. Yeah, you got that chick, but I'm your ride. I had a girl tell me that. Yeah, you could, all them other bees out here that you messing with, you could go mess with them, whatever. Just know that when it's time, I'm your ride or die. I'm here for you.
Wow.
Okay. You know where she at now?
And dude be doing his hand like Birdman, like, okay.
Right, gotcha. All
I
right.
I know where to go when I ain't got nowhere else to go.
Exactly. I need about $500, $600. So I make that happen. I'm gonna make that happen. Okay, good. Gotcha.
Oh man. Silly women.
And silly men too, because I was also the dude who would be like, oh, I don't have the money to get it. Never fear. I jump in there and, how much you need? Okay, I got that for you. Showed you I'm a great man. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. My boyfriend say thank you too.
Well, it's usually like that though. It's usually the vicious cycle. We don't want who wants us.
Mm-mm.
And we want to chase the people who don't want us. And then it's just a vicious cycle. The people that want you, you make them chase you. And then the people who are not paying you no attention, you go and chase them.
Right, exactly. Like, why would you sit there and shove the person that's chasing you in the face, and then you turn around and chase after the person that don't want to. I mean, it's basically a cycle. It's like y'all shoving, you getting shoved in the face, and you shoving this other person. Both of y'all getting pushed down.
Because that's that toxic upbringing that we believe that love has to be worked for and earned and fought for, and you have to prove yourself in order to deserve love and all that bull crap. Let me see. Quincy said he was suckered into the friend zone many times in his 20s. Give us more details about that, Quincy. Give us a specific example of how that happened to you. I don't want nobody that don't want me. And that's another thing that I want to dispel this myth of the nice guy, because a lot of people are the quote unquote nice guys, and they get mad when a woman is not attracted to them or puts them in the friend zone. And then they go on this rant about y'all don't want a good man. Y'all want a dude to do you this type of way. Y'all want a dude to do you that type of way. Well, sir, you keep on going after the women that don't want you.
See,
so don't get mad at them.
Some of those guys get bitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never got bitter about it because I am who I am regardless. I don't know how to give anything less than 100. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get 100. And I'm going to be that guy, that superhero knight in shining armor kind of thing regardless. And there were many times where it was taken advantage of, but I didn't get bitter, or there was sometimes I would get passed over and it'd be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm not as I'm sexy, but I wasn't maybe as sexy as this other person, or I wasn't as tall, or I wasn't, but I knew I was, a good guy, or whatever, and I didn't get bitter about it. Some guys, they feel like, oh, I'm cool, and I didn't get those benefits, so now I'm gonna lash out. And that ain't gonna do nothing. That bitterness doesn't do anything but hurt you in the end, because now you can't see a woman without seeing bitterness. And that's how you get all these monsters that we be talking about online created, because they just keeping it real and telling us how real women do stuff. But in actuality, what's happened is that they've gotten bitter because they just sat there and been passed over by somebody who probably at the end of the day wasn't worth their time to begin with. But they allowed that to get them bitter, that they allowed that to kind of formulate their opinion of what all women do. And they'll get on these rants and go online and do all that. And I mean, at the end of the day, she still passed over you. I mean, there's no reason to be bitter now.
Right. If you're constantly attracted to the type of women that put you in the friend zone and are not interested in you, then you need to check yourself and figure out, why am I constantly attracted to that type of woman?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure there's been some women out there that were attracted to you and you probably passed up on them because they wasn't enough of a challenge for you.
Exactly. That was my problem for a while, and that I would be attracted to a certain type of woman, and those types of women would keep me around, and I'd be in that friend zone because they knew I would be giving them and giving and giving, but they didn't plan on pursuing anything farther with me. So I didn't get bitter about it. Some guys, they'll have that happen and then they get bitter. Well, that's how all women do. You do have to kind of consider what type of women do you want and what type of women are you chasing, and sometimes you may not be chasing the right one for you.
Exactly.
I want somebody who's going to be dedicated to me and loyal and faithful. So I'm going to go to the City Girls concert and find me one of the chicks out there in the crowd.
Right. They don't even match. They don't match.
Exactly.
You want you an Instagram model that posts booty pictures for everybody to see, but you want her to be loyal and faithful to you.
And I don't want her have her clothes off or none of that kind of stuff. She got to dress all conservatively and all that. Wait a minute. When you first met her booty was out. Yeah, but I figured if she get with the right man, she ain't gonna have that problem no more.
Right. Once we got together and we said we was gonna be together, you're supposed to stop doing all that. Sir,
Exactly.
you're supposed to go find a woman who's already doing what you want her to be doing.
If she
Naturally.
if she choose to tone down a little bit out of respect, hey, that's great. But I mean, that's like those people we talk about all the time where we met in the club. She always in the club. She can't stop going to the club. We in a relationship now. Well,
where you met
her going to the club.
Right. Kaylee the boss says, and when you say you're not the one for them and that they should go find their type, they get even more mad.
Well, it depends on how you tell them. It depends on how you tell them, right? if you be like, yeah, I don't know if you're, I don't think you're my type. And I think I'm just, that's fine. If you like, I wouldn't mess with nobody like you. Then he'll get mad. Like, huh?
Shoot. Some of them get mad no matter how you tell them.
That's true.
No matter how you tell them. Well, F you then. You're ugly anyway. You're fat anyway. That's why I don't like y'all.
For real.
Wait, sir, hold on. Are you the same person who was just saying all that other stuff? I don't make no sense.
Back when I used to attend Toxicity Technical College, I had a friend of mine who he used to be like that. He'll be in the parking lot trying to talk to women like, "Hey, girl, man, what's going on with you? You so beautiful, man. You so beautiful, man. Just holler at me. Hey, come here. Come stop by the car. You hear me? You hear me? Dang, you pretty, but you must be deaf as hell, man. Look." I didn't even know you got old gimp knee and everything, man. I'm glad you didn't walk over here. You may need to get you some crutches or something. Better hide that and just start berating them. I'll be like, oh,
wow.
Man, what the heck?
Wow. Because of their little weak ego.
Yeah.
The little weak ego can't take rejection, so they got to try to tear the woman down.
That is very, very true. That's the one thing I can say most women don't do. But then again, most guys do the pursuing. It's very rare that you see women like, I've had it happen. Don't get me wrong, where women are all out pursuing a guy, and the guy have to be like, "Nah, man, chill out, chill out."
Yeah, and there's some women who don't take no for an answer to.
I did have one that hit me up in my DMs and was like, once I told her that, hey, look, I'm not interested. Oh, okay. You fat anyway. You usually ain't even my type, but I figured I'd give you a chance since you got good conversation and everything, but I see what's happening. Huh? Dang, okay.
You should have sent them my way. Girl, let me tell you something.
Look, I think I was still just doing dial 5 at the time. Look, I said something about
it. Let me tell you something. Let me read you from here to there to everywhere.
For real.
Don't do that. Right, don't do that.
She still jump in my DMs from time to time. Usually if I have a problem with somebody in my DMs, I send them to Erica, definitely, and be like, "Look what this one up here doing."
Who you think you talking to? All I gotta do is go look at her profile, look at a few of her pictures, and then go back and read her whole life story and have her crying.
For real.
Go sit down somewhere, girl.
For real. We've had it happen a couple times, actually.
Oh, well.
She ain't number the big old heifer.
Hopper, who this woman? So what y'all think? Do y'all think the friend zone is a real thing, or do y'all think that's more, we could rename it waiting on your turn?
You know
That's
what?
what we gonna call it.
Right. I think that's waiting, playing your position. That's what we used to call it back in the day.
Right.
Play my position.
Right. We're not gonna call it the friend zone no more. We're gonna call it waiting on your turn.
Waiting on my turn. I'm gonna be on the bench. I'm gonna ride the bench right now. I'm riding the bench.
Right. It's a holding place.
Waiting to get in the game.
It's a holding spot. It's waiting on the bench. You know, it's waiting in the wings.
Right.
It's
hovering position, as they call it. I'm hovering.
It's a spare tire. It's break glass in case of emergency.
Right.
It's all that, but y'all ain't really friends.
Nah, it's nothing platonic about that. It's really, people use that word platonic relationships. A lot of times, if you're in the friend zone, that's not a platonic relationship. You just have somebody who's interested in you, and you just don't want to give them no play.
Right. Right. Even when the person pretends like they okay with it, their interest in you doesn't go away. And especially if y'all start spending more and more time together, they probably secretly falling in love and plotting on your relationship.
For real. And here's the messed up part. And I've had this happen too. I've been in the friend zone, that imaginary place we're talking about. But once I find somebody, then all of a sudden it's, I'm ready. I've been waiting on a guy like you, and I was thinking you was always gonna be there.
It's always.
You better make sure she treats you right, because I'm right here just in case.
Right. It's a fear of loss. It's just a fear of loss, and it's that ego of, now he's not waiting around on me anymore. So I'm a see, and then they were like try to dip in to see if they can still get your attention their way. It's all an ego stroke.
Exactly, because now that you're not stroking their ego no more, they sitting there and they missing that. So they reaching right back out to you like, you're not stroking my ego. You're not stroking my ego. Know somebody specifically recently that was like that.
Yep. Kaylee said, had one waiting and finally was trying to give him a shot. Then he fell hard for somebody who cheated on him and got him beat up by the side dude like a brick to the face.
See, Kaylee, you got that's the drama going on.
These dudes, girl.
You got folks getting bricks to the face and
girl. Where you be meeting these dudes at?
For real.
Then I dipped.
Right. Well, of course.
Tashura, what's that? I don't know what that
is. Well, I'm just saying.
Just saying. Yeah. So the general consensus is, friend zone. I mean, if you want to let somebody put you there and you want to be there, that's on you. But I don't think it's a real place.
Right. You know what? It is an imaginary place, but it is somewhere like Hogwarts or something like that. Some Harry Potter stuff where you can actually imagine you in the Matrix, right? And you decide you want to go into it. My advice, don't do it, man. If somebody shows you that they have no interest, then go ahead and move on, because guess what? It's not going to do you any good to continue to pursue. Don't be a Steve Urkel, right? Don't continue to pursue somebody, because they consider that toxic right now too. But don't continue to pursue somebody when you know that they don't have that interest, because you could be having your Myra right around the corner and you done spent all this time chasing after Laura.
Exactly. Or don't be Steve Urkel and don't be Nikki Parker.
Don't be Nikki Parker either.
She wouldn't take no for an answer. Dr. Ogilvy, he's gonna be my husband. Dr. Ogilvy was ducking and dodging and trying to get away from that woman.
And then, you know what's messed up? Both of them got the girl. Both of them got the guy that they was chasing after. See, we just learned toxicity from TV.
Because they got tired. They just got tired of running.
Right, you can't, like Steve Urkel used to say, I'm wearing you down. No, that's not how this works. That's not how it works.
Dr. Ogilvy just looked around and he was like, I'm tired of running from this woman.
Yeah. Yeah. You can just see him just give up.
He gave up. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for joining us for another Dope Discussions with Erica and Gator. It's been fun. Appreciate y'all for your comments and your additions to the conversation. Always a good time. Let me see what he said. Until he saw her with a, oh yeah, she did get another man at one time. Mm-hmm. And see, that goes back to what we were saying.
Yep.
They like you to chase them, and then when you stop chasing them, then they get an attitude and they want you back.
Right. Then it's like, oh well, wait a minute, I'm not getting my ego fed.
Right.
Let me go ahead and chase that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So leave that friend zone where it's at.
Yeah, and again, look, Thelma did the same thing. You're right, but that's why I say we learned our toxicity from TV, because all of them got the person that they was chasing after. They was trying to show you persistence, but what they was actually showing us was that people be wasting their time on people that they don't need to be wasting their time on.
Whoo, say it again.
Shoot.
All right. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for joining us. We are out. We will see y'all again next Sunday, same time, same place.
See y'all later. Who that?